Greetings and thank you for stopping by.
In this video we have a look at some of the wonderful alpine flora that can be seen at the Dobson Ski Field, which is located just outside of Tekapo on the South Island of New Zealand. Now, how did I get here? Well, fortunately I was invited by the New Zealand Alpine Garden Society to do a couple of talks for them earlier this year, and on a few occasions I was taken out into the wonderful New Zealand mountains, and so this is the first time into the mountains, and happened to be the Dobson Ski Fields, which is a lovely location. So I hope you enjoy this video. It was a great trip, and thanks again to the New Zealand Alpine Garden Society for organising this one. Cheers. On our way up to Dobson Ski Field, we had to stop because there was massive clumps of Salmisia semicordata, subspecies semicordata, on the side of the road. This is one of the largest Salmisias, a tufted herb which can often make clumps up to 2 metres across, with very large leathery leaves, 20 to 50 by 2.5 to 8 centimetres, greyish or silvery green above, and dense white tomentum underneath. The flowers are on peduncles up to 40 centimetres in length, with up to 10 per plant, with flower heads that are 4 to 10 centimetres across. Simply a really stunning plant to see it en masse. So that was the reason we hadn't even made it to the Dobson Ski Field, and we had to stop and get out and take some happy snaps of this magnificent beast. This Salmisia is widespread on the South Island, apart from dry areas, normally in subalpine to low alpine habitats between 700 and 1500 metres, usually prominent in open subalpine scrub and snow tussock and snow herbfield. What a way to start our trip at the Dobson Ski Fields. The access road for the Dobson Ski Field is just over 16.5 kilometres in length. Gravel road, it's a pretty nice gravel road actually, and steadily goes up in altitude, reaching the ski field car park at about 1,750 metres. So a climb of about 1,220 metres all up, which is quite an enjoyable ride up. We eventually reached the car park out at Dobson Ski Field, got ourselves organised, and we were soon on our way, ready to explore the slopes. One of the first things we came across was the Salmisia viscosa. This is in quite large patches and quite prominent. It's a low-growing, highly branched sub-shrub that can form extensive patches up to 2 metres or more across. The leaves are narrow, 6 to 5 centimetres in length by 6 to 9 mm wide, quite thick and rigid. Upper surface is dull green and glabrous, and underneath is a soft white tomentum. It has stout flower stems which are 15 to 30 centimetres long, and quite large flower heads which are 3 to 4 centimetres across, in the typical Salmisia asteraceae family configuration of ray florets and the disc floret. Found in the South Island, east of the Alps from Nelson, Marlborough to Southland and East Fiordland, and normally located in high rainfall regions in the far north and far south of its range. Found in low to high alpine habitats between 1200 metres and 1800 metres in tussock grassland, herbfield and fellfield. Quite a stunning mat forming plant. This is Dracophyllum pronum, which is a procumbent scrambling shrub or subshrub, 10 to 25 centimetres tall. The branches are decumbent to prostrate. The bark on old branches is grey and smooth. The young stems are reddish brown, which can be seen across the landscape because it stands out quite well. The leaves are spreading 2 to 11 millimetres by 0.5 to 1 millimetre in size. The adaxial surface is flat with a tuft of hairs at the base. The inflorescence is sessile, terminal, and solitary flower on lateral branchlets. The corolla is white to light pink, being 2.5 to 4 mm by 1.5 to 1.8 mm in size. The corolla lobes are 1 to 2 by 1 to 2 mm in size and reflexed as well. It is common throughout the mountain regions of the South Island in low to high alpine environments between 800 and 1800 metres. It is often present in snow tussock grassland and herbfield, but more prominent in rocky sparse areas and exposed ridges where it can form the significant cover of the area. Quite an outstanding plant to see and prolific throughout the Dobson Ski area. Acina profundi incisa is a spreading and rooting low-growing plant forming a loose mat to 1 metre wide and 10 centimetres tall. It has leaves which are 4 to 5 centimetres in length, containing 7 to 13 leaflets, which are ash-grey glaucous with their margins deeply toothed. The lower leaflets are frequently red in colour. It has flower stalks which are 4 to 12 centimetres in length, which end in a hairy green-brown globe flower head containing between 40 and 50 florets, which contain red anthers. This can be found on both the North and South Islands in montane to alpine environments between 900 and 1900 metres, with habitats being mostly grassland and shrubland, but also rocky herbfields. Euphrasia zealandica is a small succulent-like annual herb which grows 2 to 10 centimetres tall. It has leaves which are green or red and crowded near the branch tips. It has small white flowers. The flowers are small and white in colour with yellow or purple anthers and a yellow throat. It is widespread in the mountains on both islands between 700 and 1800 metres in a large range of habitats. At higher altitudes, it will usually be only 1 to 2 centimetres tall and easily overlooked. Raelia hectori variety hectori forms hard silver green mats up to 1 metre or more in width. It has tightly packed short branches which are enclosed with imbricate tapered leaves which are 2 to 4 mm in length, and they are thickened at the tip and covered in a silvery tomentum. The small straw-coloured flower heads, which are virtually sessile and 4 mm in diameter, contain 10 to 18 florets. This beauty can be found on the South Island on higher and dry mountains, usually between 1200 and 2000 metres. Ranunculus crypthifolius also known as the scree buttercup. This beautiful little ranunculus is a rhizomaceous plant which has greyish-brown mottled leaves that are fleshy and trifoliate and form tufted rosettes on creeping or ascending rhizomes. The leaf can vary in shape, size and texture at different locations. The flowering stem is short, containing one flower. The flower is yellow in colour with 5 to 6 petals. The flowers, once pollinated and the fruit is ripening, the stems will bend back down towards the base of the plant, and the fruiting body can be almost hidden amongst the leaves or surrounding stones. This remarkable species can be found on the Greywacke Mountains of the South Island from near Nelson down to North Otago, occurring in low to high alpine situations between 1100 metres and 2000 metres on loose rocky debris. This is a very cryptic species that blends in so well with its habitat. Blackenham penna marina, also known as the little hard fern or the alpine hard fern. This has creeping rhizomes which are up to 50 centimetres in length and normally grow in a distinct line. The height decreases as the altitude increases. This one was only a couple of centimetres tall, if that. This fern is widespread across New Zealand and found up to 2,000 metres altitude in quite a few different habitats. Quite charming it is. Salmisia angustifolia, also known as the strap-leaved daisy. This is a small, sprawling shrub with the leaves clustered near the branch tips. The leaves are leathery, 3 to 5 centimetres long by 2 to 6 millimetres wide. Occasionally some will have a wavy margin. The upper surface is green and sticky with a thin pellicule, which is an epidermis, usually to protect the leaf surface, which may give it a silvery appearance. The underside of the leaf is covered in a soft white tomentum, which can vary. The scape grows to 15 centimetres tall, ending in a capitula, which is 2 to 4 centimetres in diameter, which contains white ray florets and a yellow disc floret. This can be found on the South Island, east from South Marlborough through to Otago. It occurs in low alpine habitats from 1,000 metres to 1,500 metres in grassland, fellfield and at the base of stable talus and scree slopes. Phylacne collinsoi. This fantastic cushion plant can be found in Tasmania as well, which I have seen a few times. It makes bright to dark green cushions or mats to about 50 centimetres wide. The leaves are short, 2 to 4 mil in size and taper from the base to a blunt tip. The small white flowers are virtually sessile and have 5 spreading lobes with a prominent central column holding the 2 stamens. This is found throughout New Zealand from Hamilton southward, but more widespread on the South Island. According to iNaturalist observations, it occurs in low to high alpine areas between 900 and 1900 metres on snow tussock grasslands and herb fields, cushion field, fell field and shallow snowbanks. It is quite a spectacular cushion plant, this one. Anisotomi flexuosa. This is a small variable rosette forming herb with pinnate leaves 3 to 12 centimetres in length. The leaves have a prominent head at the tip. It has a compound flower head with white flowers. Male flower stems are short, whereas female flowering plants have flowering stems to 20 centimetres high. It's widespread in the mountains of the South Island from montane to high alpine environments between 500 and 1800 metres. Habitat is usually severe, open or exposed areas in herbfield, fellfield, rock crevices, stony debris and scree edges. Colobanthus buchananii, also known as the pincushion. It forms a compact cushion with pointed spreading leaves. The flower consists of 4 to 5 small green or yellow-green sepals and is mostly inconspicuous. It's found in the subalpine to high alpine areas on the South Island between 600 and 1800 metres, mostly on exposed or open sites in herb field and cushion field. Asaphila dobsonii. This beauty is a distinctive stocky herb with close-set rosettes up to 150 millimeters in diameter, which can form a cushion-like plant up to 1 meter across. The thick, rigid leaves are 3-foliate with 2 leaf-like stipules and a single blade, all with a prominent yellow midrib. The flowering stems are stout, grooved, and up to approximately 30 centimeters tall, which includes the inflorescence. This is a complex umbel, yellowish white in colour. This beauty is found in high alpine habitats between 1500 and 2000 metres in the higher Greywacke Mountains of South Canterbury and North Otago. It's confined to fellfield, especially along exposed ridge crests. It was a sight to behold this beauty on Mount Dobson, where the type specimen was named. Veronica pulvinaris, one of the beautiful snow cushion hebes. This forms a greyish-green dense cushion up to 15 centimetres or more across. The leaves are spirally imbricate, tightly or loosely oppressed, sessile, and up to 5 mm by 2 mm wide, usually oblanceolate, narrow obovate or spatulate in shape. The leaf hairs are oppressed and up to 1.4 mm in length, sparse on the inner surface, and the lower surface is almost glabrous. The flowers are sessile, solitary, and white in colour and quite beautiful when flowering en masse. It can be found on the South Island mountains of Canterbury, Nelson and Marlborough between 1200 and 2000 metres, usually on highly exposed rocky sites in herbfield, grassland and snow tussock grasslands, and also fellfield. Raelia grandiflora, also known as a large flowered mat daisy. This Raulia forms cushions or mats up to 15 centimetres or more across and occasionally of more open habitat. The leaves are densely imbricate, which means closely overlapping, 5 to 10 by 1 to 2 millimetres in size, and they are ovate, lanceolate, spathulate in shape. They are also covered in a pressed silvery tomentum, which gives a silvery appearance to the plant. As the name suggests, the flowers are quite grand for the size of the plant, being 1.5 centimetres in diameter, with white involucral bracts surrounding the yellowish florets. This can be found on both islands in low to high alpine situations between 1,000 and 1,900 metres, and it's quite common in fellfield and cushionfield, but also seen in a variety of alpine habitats. Raulia youngii. This is a lovely species which forms loose whitish patches or mats up to 10 centimetres in diameter. It has densely imbricate leaves, which means they are very overlapping, and they are up to 6 by 2.5 millimetres in size, which are covered in a soft white pale bluff tomentum. The largest flowers are up to 1.5 centimetres in diameter, containing 25 to 50 yellowish white florets, which are surrounded by white involucral bracts. This can be found on the South Island from central Canterbury southwards, between 1,200 and 2,000 metres in fellfield and cushionfield. It is quite a showy little plant, this one. Montia Flora. This is a herb which can get up to 80 centimetres in diameter, but sometimes up to several metres in size, which this one was. It forms loose to compact mats. It has glabrous leaves which are 40 by 4 millimetres in size and spathulate in shape. The flowers are 10 to 20 millimetres in diameter with 5 spreading tepals, broadly elliptic to ovate in shape and white in colour. This can be found on the South Island and Stewart Island, commonly from Canterbury southwards in subalpine to alpine conditions between 900 and 2,100 metres, usually on damp, disturbed and eroding areas, stream banks and seepages. Salmisia Flora, also known as the white cushion mountain daisy. Wow, what a plant this one is. This is a robust, densely branched subshrub which forms dense patches up to 1 metre in diameter and can be 10 centimetres tall. Branchlets are close set and densely clad in imbricate leaves, forming compacted rosettes. The leaves are rigid, 10 to 30 by 1.5 to 3 mil in size, linear to linear subulate in shape. Both surfaces of the leaf are covered in short oppressed white matted hairs, giving the plant a silvery appearance. The flowering stem is very short, making the flower appear sessile as it opens amongst the leaves. The flowering stem will elongate to about 5 centimetres tall when the flowers are pollinated and fruit begins to ripen. The flowers have white ray florets which are about 17 millimetres in length and surrounding the yellow disc floret. This is widespread in the mountains on the South Island and Stewart Island between 700 and 1800 metres, normally on snow tussock herb field which is damp, and also cushion bogs and less exposed fellfield and cushion fields. Certainly a most spectacular plant. Salvicea spectabilis. This is a variable tufted herb, usually forming mats or patches, but can occur singly. It has thick leathery leaves up to 20 by 3 centimeters in size, which are green yellowish in colour, with the underside covered in soft felt-like buff, which is white to silver in colour. The flowers are on stalks to 25 centimeters tall and are 3 to 5 centimeters in diameter, containing white ray florets and a central yellow disc. It can be found across New Zealand in montane to low alpine habitats between 300 and 1700 metres. It is the most widespread of the Salvicea, occurring in many different habitats.
Well guys, that's about it for this video. As always, I do really appreciate your support, so please feel free to leave a like, comment and even subscribe, and that way you'll keep up to date with all the latest happenings on this channel. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Cheers.